back to yet another episode of GST Weekly Roundup in Jurishal. So, before starting, please do subscribe, and if you like my videos, please like my videos. So, on the very popular request and on various comments, we have decided that today I'll cover the weekly roundups in English. Let's begin with the Bombay High Court ruling. The Bombay High Court, in the case of LJ Victoria versus Union of India, has held that Section 65 of the State Goods and Service Tax Act would be applicable for conducting the audit of the financial year when a person was registered, although on the date of ordering the audit, such a person ceases to be registered voluntarily. Bombay High Court in Apollo Tyres Limited versus Union of India has held that the writ petition challenging the show cause notice under any tax law is not maintainable unless it demonstrates a clear violation of jurisdiction, fundamental rights, or natural justice. Bombay High Court, in the case of Kuber Health Food and Elite Services Private Limited versus Union of India, held that the benefit of Sabka Vishwas Legacy Dispute Resolution Scheme 2019 cannot be denied merely for mentioning higher figures in the application by the way of maintaining the caution. Let's begin with the crucial Delhi High Court ruling. Delhi High Court, in the case of RO Foundation versus Union of India, held that the activities undertaken by the charitable institution prima facie are not covered within the definition of supply under the GST Act. Let's discuss some of the major and significant Madras High Court rulings. One of the most famous and significant ruling this week is in the case of Ford India Private Limited versus Joint Commissioner. Madras High Court has upheld the pre-deposit made through electronic credit ledger by Ford India. Another significant ruling of Madras High Court was in the case of SPK and Company versus State Tax Officer. It was held that the limitation period for challenging the GST assessment order starts ticking from the date of rectification application rejection. Madras High Court, in the case of Ganpati Pandi Industries versus Assistant Commissioner, while citing the Finance Act 2024, held that the input tax credit is permissible when GST returns are filed on or before 30th November 2021 for financial year 2017-18 to financial year 2020-21. Patna High Court, in the case of Barhonia Angicon versus State, has held that the notification for extension for issuance of show cause notice under Section 73 of the GST Act is upheld. However, the assessment order were quashed, citing the lack of notice for personal hearing. Now let's begin with some of the significant Kerala High Court rulings. One of the most significant rulings of this week is this ruling which I am going to deal. So, the Kerala High Court, in the case of Lloyd Insulation India Private Limited versus State Tax Officer, has opened the doors for revisiting the denied GST ITC claim. The bench has observed that on account of notification of subsection 5 of section 16 of the GST Act, the petitioner will be entitled to input tax credit which has been denied to the petitioner. Yet another ruling of Kerala High Court which says that proceedings under section 73 cannot be initiated for splitting integrated goods and service tax amount towards central goods and service tax and state goods and service tax through GSTR 3B. The bench also observed that there has been no wrong availment of the credit and that the only mistake committed by the assessee or the appellant was an inadvertent and technical one, which he had omitted to mention the IGST figure separately in the form GSTR 3A. The mistake was also insignificant because it is not in dispute and that there was no outward supply attracting IGST that was effected by him.